What do you think the ratio will be for swapping PulseX to Pulse before the launch? I literally have no idea. I don't know. Hit the like button. Thank you. Is it privacy coin on the roadmap? I mean, look, we've already got Tornado Cash coming with the fork. And I think someone has a front end built for it. But the same guy that built the front end for Hexnado is around. So he could probably throw one up for Tornado Cash on Pulsechain too. And that has anonymity. As long as people use it, you need an anonymity set. So, you know, there needs to be a minimum amount of people actually using it for it to provide anonymity features. Richard, I always hear you say the word copy. Can you please explain what it is and how it works? You don't know what the word copy means. Did I misread this question? Green Power 2 says, Richard, I always hear you say the word copy. Can you explain what it is and how it works? Okay. Have you ever downloaded a movie? Have you ever downloaded music? Have you ever downloaded a picture? Do you realize that that picture or movie or music also exists somewhere else in the world? That's called copying. So something exists in one place, and then you make a copy of it, and now it exists in another place too. Particularly data. Data is very easy to do that with. Fork is harder to do that, like an actual fork you eat with. It's very hard to make a copy of an actual fork that you eat with because you need to melt steel and have a mold, and maybe it's, you know, very hard. But software, boy, that's a lot easier because we've got general purpose devices whose entire life is to just copy things. This question is the weirdest, stupidest question I've ever heard. I don't understand it. You can copy software. You can copy database balances. Okay. Blew my mind. Wow. Interesting. Dictionary.com probably has a good definition of what the word copy means. What was the first traded price for Hex? Well, it depends on how you define that. You know, it didn't really have a price on the open market for a while. And then when it finally did get a price, there was, you know, not many people knew about it. So it depends on what your minimum requirement for volume or general awareness is. But I mean, like if you wanted, if this is another one of these market cap questions, so if you want the market cap to look lower, then you could just look at how much isn't circulating. If you want the market cap to look higher, you say, look, it's staked and unstaked. If you want your first traded price to be really low, you look at the bottom on January 5th. If you want your first traded price to be really high, you look at day one of the adoption amplifier. And even though it wasn't a price, you just assume whatever the ratio was that they got was a price, even though it wasn't. So you could make these numbers high or low based on whatever you're trying to do. Which is when I show the chart, I just show the whole chart. It's like, here's our most liquid trading pair. It's Uniswap. Here it is from the moment it started until today. That's the longest trading history I can get you. And I think even on that chart, it starts with like an 86% dip. So let me scroll back a bit here. This is V2. Let me look up this chart for you, buddy. Some people want to show a 10,000x and some people want to show much less x. You know what I'll do? I'll measure the much less x for you, since I assume that's what your question is leading to. Okay, much less x. I'll measure from the very first trade on Uniswap V1, which is the oldest trade on our most liquid market. And V2's probably most liquid now. All right. And then I'm going to measure this all the way up to today, and that should give you like a nice low ROI so that you can feel better, because that's the meme you like. Okay. your ROI from the day one trading, a measure from the day one close. Yep, that's where that's at. Day one close on Hex till now. Oh, I pulled the wrong thing. God darn it. Is only 396,000%. There you go. So that day one close starting price, which was December 15th of 2019, was .000024. So it's about 4 times higher than the bottom. And look, you can just go to uniswap.vision and go to Hex USDC and then the V1 pair. You can draw these charts yourself. I hate Ethereum. Give the scenario how Pulsechain usurps Ethereum. All of their users move to Pulsechain instead of like everyone just switches their MetaMask setting to Pulsechain instead of Ethereum. Then they just do all their transactions on Pulsechain. There you go. One button. You click the button, switches the network, you click approve, you're on the new network. Now, you do have to manually add your coins, but maybe one day MetaMask will just do that auto search thing. Yeah, Richard, thank you for being kind enough to answer my question. I know the answer, obviously, but I'm just messing around. That will get you banned, bro. Don't troll me in my chat. And on another note, a multi-billion just helped me. Nice. All right. Don't troll, bro. So the whole ecosystem will duplicate and everybody gets copies on Pulse? Yeah, everything. So if you got Hex, you're going to get Hex on the Pulse chain. If you've got USDC, you're going to have USDC on the Pulse chain. If you've got anything, you're going to have anything on the Pulse chain. For the most part. There might be some very rare instances where we're like Pulse scammers or, you know, we'll see. But the vast majority of people are going to have copies on the Pulse chain. Smash the like and share button. Thanks, guys. We were making Richard get his steps in today. True. Who's saying this is a Birkenstock hat? This is a Louis Vuitton hat.